Dongbei, a region consisting of Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning, is a traditional homeland of the Manchurians who ruled China during the Qing dynasty. During the first 2 centuries of the Qing dynasty, this region was closed to settlement by Han civilians. However, in the 100-year period beginning in the last half of the 19th century, there was a rush of Han people into the Dongbei region, known as Guangdong, resulting in an overwhelming Han population in the region. The population of Heilongjiang is around 32 million people. Today, Heilongjiang, with its capital, Harbin, are known for their winter tourism and recreation, ice sculpture festivals, and historical Russian legacy. Here are my top 5 must-do in Harbin. At number 5, it is Club Med in Yabuli. Yabuli Ski Resort is the largest ski resort in China and is located 177 kilometers from Harbin, 2.5 hours by train. Strategically located within one of the biggest ski domain in China, Club Med Yabuli is a must-go destination. Hop on the gondola at the foot of the resort and explore the 50.9 kilometers of winding slopes. Here you can snowboard and ski to your heart's content and follow the trails of champions while admiring the ancient pine tree forest. After a long day of skiing, you can relax in the outdoor Canadian bath or be entertained by Club Med's iconic staff and guests' evening shows. At number 4 is the China Snow Town, Zhongguo Xuexiang, one of China's most emblematic snow-related attractions. Located at the Shuangfeng Forest in Hailing County, China's Snow Town is about 250 kilometers away from Harbin. From October to April each year, the snowfall lasts for 7 months, with the snow piling up to 2 meters high. You must be fascinated by such a fairyland of snow. Snow looks like milk cream and hangs from the eaves to the ground, forming a unique scene of snow curtains. While you are here, experience the sights of snow cakes and snow mushroom. These are the nicknames given to houses covered by thick snow. Take a stroll around Xueyun Street, the only main street in China's Snow Town, with a total length of about 500 meters. There are distinctive shops on both sides of the street. 2 red lanterns can be seen traditionally hung on the door of each store. The stores are also decorated with strings of red chili and golden corn hung to dry. You can see some pretty unusual sights here as well, transporting goods using reindeer sleds and dog sleds as a means of commute for both locals and tourists. In Xueyun Street, you can try many interesting foodstuff that is popular in this region, like candied fruit, pingtang hulu, dumpling, jiaozi, and sweet potatoes, digua, among many others. When the night comes, the beautiful night view of the village is definitely a highlight. The village is transformed into an array of brightly and colorful lit stores. Come into the dream home, 童话世界, and what you see in the day and what you see now are totally different and yet similarly fascinating. Lastly, you may want to try this: pouring hot water into the sky. The hot water will instantly turn into ice flower. At number 3, it is Central Street, Zhongyang Dajie in Harbin City. This central avenue is a cobblestone street starting from the south bank of the Songhua River. Lined with lots of old European-style architecture, hotel, shops, and restaurants, Harbin Central Street is an important stop in most Harbin tours. Built in 1898 by Russians, Harbin's Central Street was originally called Chinese Street. It measures 1.45 kilometers and it is the longest pedestrian street in China, also known as the first street in Asia. One of the things to do is to stroll around and appreciate the old architecture. Central Street is praised as Harbin's architectural art museum, featuring different styles of architectures. There are lots of attractions near Central Street. One of them is the Harbin Flood Control Memorial Tower. It commemorates the heroes who helped the city fight off floods from the Songhua River, especially the devastating flood which seriously threatened the city in 1957. The Cathedral of the Holy Wisdom of God, or St. Sophia Cathedral, is a former Russian Orthodox church. It was built in 1907 and expanded from 1923 to 1932. It was closed during the Cultural Revolution and turned into a museum in 1997. Central Street is a prosperous commercial street with all kinds of goods. You can easily pick up snacks and souvenirs such as peanut candies, handmade and absolutely delicious. You can also find Russian-made goods such as chocolates and Russian dolls. One of the most amazing things that you can find here is the local ice cream. Imagine savoring a stick of ice cream in a minus 28 degrees Celsius winter night. It looks like everyone loves it. The night markets in Central Street offer rich varieties of local snacks. The sights, sounds and smell of the night markets are one of the greatest pleasures of life. The aroma of delicacies from grilled lamb, fried fish, steamed buns to different exotic meats fill the air. People snacking on the streets with their stick of grilled meat, and for the more adventurous, fried cicadas. At number 2, it is the Volga Manor, Fuerjia Zhuangyuan. The Volga Manor is a Russian theme park named after the Volga River, one of the best known rivers in Russia. The park features Russian architecture, art and cuisine. Built in 1899, Volga Manor has been telling the history of Harbin. It covers an area of over 600,000 square meters. Volga Manor perfectly combines culture, architecture, a wetland with natural scenery. There are several sites within the park that are quite interesting. Jinghuan Restaurant copied the construction of an exhibition hall of the Khabarovsk Expo in 1913. Now this restaurant has ushered in its 101st-year-old birthday. It is one of the best Russian-style restaurants in China. Another interesting site is the Volga Chateau. It is a Volga museum which is built referencing a chateau in St. Petersburg. It talks about the history of Volga, which originated in Russia more than 1,000 years ago. The interior of Volga Chateau is dripping with grandeur, with elaborate furnishing and sparkling chandeliers. This replica of St. Nicholas Church was built in 2007 as a reproduction of the former St. Nicholas Church in central Harbin that was destroyed in 1966 during the Cultural Revolution. St. Nicholas Church used to be the landmark of Harbin, watching the changes of this city for hundreds of years. The rings of bells in the church recall people's memories of Moscow. The architectural style of Pushkin's Salon is the Russian style of the late 19th century. Its unique brick walls with strong contrast colors show its charm. If you're a thrill seeker, you can try this ride, sliding down all the way from the Petrov Art Palace. At number 1, it is the Harbin Ice Festival, 冰雪大世界. Established in 1999, the Harbin Ice and Snow World is by far the largest ice and snow art exhibition and amusement park in the world, which shows the unique charm of ice and snow culture and tourism. It usually opens in late December or in early January and lasts for about 3 months. It is also a place for various forms of funs and thrills. You can enjoy the slides as well as riding an ice bicycle. The ice carvings here are regarded as some of the world's finest examples of ice art, where visitors are able to admire some of the largest and most majestic ice sculpted masterpieces to be found anywhere. This year's Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival required 170,000 cubic meters of ice harvested from the Songhua River by more than 100 workers. The workers toil for hours on the ice each day in the weeks before the festival, cutting out thousands of pieces of ice every 12-hour shift. The Harbin Festival, featuring glittering palaces and fantastical scenes sculpted out of ice, has drawn millions of people over the years to one of China's coldest cities.